Ta-da! Hey, and welcome to another IC82 review. Yep, it's what the channel's famous for, so we're going to crack right on with, yes, I know it's a little bit odd, very unorthodox. We've got a Connex Suburban Class 466 here, and there's a reason I've got hold of this, and somebody called Liam is definitely going to recognise it. Here we go. This very slippery piece of paper says, "Hello IC82, my name is Liam and I have watched your channel for a while now. It was your videos that made me rebuild my old mill railway. I have sent you a Hornby Class 466 Connex Suburban train for you to do a review on and use around your layout. It runs okay, but it might need a little bit of work tonight. Could you please send it back by the end of May? If there are any problems, then please email me. Sent by Liam Burns." So I've hidden his address and his email address there. But it has come all the way from Bonnie, Scotland. I'm not even going to attempt to do an accent because I'll just offend an entire nation. But here we have, yes. Why have I never looked at anything like this before? Several reasons. One, this is actually quite an old model. And secondly, it's third rail. It's South Eastern. It's nowhere near Cheshire. That's for sure. So I've never got around to it. So thank you, Liam, so much for sending this in. Otherwise, I probably would never have gotten around to having a look at one. So you can tell from the packaging that this is quite old. This is 2003/2004. That's when it was released. So it's not mega old. It's hopefully younger than most of my viewers, but it's certainly old enough to not be incredible detail. We shall see in a moment when we open it and have a look. But as you can see from the packaging, it's definitely something Hornby don't do anymore, which is a bit of a shame because look at all this lovely information you get on the front. First introduced to replace the old slam door trains on the Kent Link in '93, the network has offered a much needed and improved degree of comfort to the London commuter. I do think I've travelled on these before. I used to have a mate that lived in West Dulwich, and way back in like 2000, 2001, I used to catch, whenever I used to go down and see him, I used to catch these into London Victoria. I'm sure it was London Victoria. They've got that really typical electric motor sound when they start going, that sort of There you go, folks. I don't often do train sound effects, but that's what they sound like. It's just a very typical electric motor sound. I really liked them. I thought they were quite comfy, quite spacious. They're very nice. I've no idea what the model is like, so let's open the box and have a look. Okay, so very typical Hornby packaging. Polystyrene insert. Oh, it's been a while since we've seen one of these. Nothing else. But then I think there was an instruction sheet that Liam has very kindly included. So we take off this piece of card, spin it round the right way up, and here we go. We've got the I actually have a wallet full of these. I will show you one day, but not right now. Class 466 Suburban train. So again, we've all seen this, we know what it's about. Let's have a look. Removing the power bogie to gain access to the motor, should you ever need to repair or replace it. It even gives you hints and tips on how to replace the motor, where to put tiny drops of lubrication, and an alternative head code option. Wow, that's something I was not aware of, but I'm sure Liam has probably been aware of that. So, let's put that to one side. Here is the train itself. It's an EMU. I'm pretty certain about that. I'm pretty certain that the Class 466 is an EMU, which stands for Electrical Multiple Unit. Basically, lots and lots of units all tied together, not like literally with string, and with an electric motor powering the bogies. Good, I'm glad you're coming with me on that. Okay, so let's have a look at the motor one. These were called networkers. They were built between 1993 and 1994 by British Rail. I'm not too sure where, I think it was a bit all over the place. This is obviously a British Rail Connex South Eastern, which then became South Eastern Trains, which then just simply became South Eastern, all one word. 43 of them were built. They were all two-car sets, just like this. So you could obviously couple multiple together. So even though they came in twos, you could couple multiple together like that, so you could have 4 and then 6 and so on. I think when I was in London, I even saw one that was 8 cars long. It was that big. Top speed of 75 miles per hour, 804 horsepower engine. They ran on 750 volt third rail DCC. In fact, you can see the little pickup just there that would run on. That's called a shoe, by the way. It's not made by Timberland or Nike, but it is called a shoe, and that would pick up electricity from the third rail, and that's how they ran. And yes, they were third rail, which is one of the reasons why I've never got one. So let's have a look at the model in detail. Okay, so let's have a look at them in detail then. This is definitely the heavier unit, so this has got to be the motor unit, which means this is just the trailer, the dummy. Although, to be honest, despite being a trailer, you know, and having no motor, that is really heavy, which is pretty impressive. It's definitely quite impressive. So, what can we see? What can we look at? Well, the front is very nice. Just get a look at that. You've got the running number there, the class 466. This is number 35. What about the other unit? Let's have right. So each individual unit has its own number. That's quite interesting. So we've got a 35 and a 20. You can see the Connex logo there. I don't know how accurate that is. It's a railway operator I'm not familiar with, but I do notice the tiny little head code we have there. That's really good. Sorry, not head code. That's where the head code should go. We have the nice little warning sign for the electric overhead system. It looks like one of those Delna type couplers, doesn't it? I'm probably totally wrong, but it does look like that very modern type of connector. It's really supposed to be quite good. I think it's used a lot on the continent. It does have working lights, apparently, so I'm looking forward to seeing those. I cannot believe how much weight there is in this unit. Let's just go and have a look at that. So you can clearly see the motor there, and it does look quite old. It certainly looks 2003/2004. Very interesting way of connecting the units together. Probably not the most realistic way, but certainly does the job. Detail at the back of the unit is probably not up to today's standards. We'd expect... Oh my gosh, I take it back. I was just going to say, we expect this kind of thing to be made of rubber. And it is. It's actually rubber. In fact, it comes out. Ooh, can we go inside? Can we go inside? No. Okay, that's a shame. I'll try to bring that to you in Series 7, where we can actually take a tour of the trains. It's not bad. It's not bad. I know that you're probably shaking your heads and thinking, it's just not good enough these days, Will. And it's probably not. But bear in mind, this is a 2003/2004 model. I mean, come on, folks. This is, at the time of filming, over 10 years old. So it's pretty impressive, to be honest. The thing that impresses me the most is the weight. And I must also point out, you can see through the entire unit. And if I grab the other one as well, there we go. Just get that little bit of polystyrene off. And I like that. Hornby are very good at doing that. Bachmann, not so good. Although they're getting better. They're getting better. They're watching my videos and they're learning. They are getting better, yes. We won't talk about the Class 150, but I'm pleased to say it has been redone and it's much better now. So yes, sorry, bits of polystyrene everywhere. Gets really annoying. I do notice that Liam hasn't done the head codes, or at least it looks like he hasn't, unless they light up as soon as the train starts to move. I'd be very impressed if that happens, but I don't think it will. We'll have to see. Hey folks, sorry, I just had to insert this, but as you can see, the destination plates clearly do exist. Many apologies for that. I don't know what happened. Maybe I just didn't notice them fall out of the box, or maybe they were still in the box and I noticed them days later. I don't know. But the destination plates are there, as you can see, and for some reason Liam hasn't actually applied any of them. I'm not going to, because I do believe that he should do that, but they are there, and as you can see, they're pretty cool considering the age of this model. So yeah, quite impressive. I like that. And obviously you get the chance to pick any destination plate you want, rather than it being preset out of the box. So again, that's quite cool. So yeah, right, onwards with the video. Really quite an interesting unit, don't you think? Just look at all the detail on the bottom there, on the bogie. And then I love the underframe stuff. That's really quite posh. I do like that. I wonder if it's really easy to get inside, because you do have such a good view of inside these units. You could easily seat passengers in those and make it look like it is a proper packed commuter train coming out of London Victoria, or well, pick any other random London station that they would have ran out of. I'm sure there's more than just Victoria. And that's really interesting. I bet you can. I'm not going to do it because it's Liam's and he wants it to be sent back, but I bet you can do that quite easily. I bet you can seat loads of passengers in there. You could probably even install interior lighting. Not lighting that runs off the track, but maybe some train tech lighting strips. That would be cool. That would be seriously impressive. Roof detail. It's not too bad. It's pretty basic, but then I really have no idea what the roof of these models is supposed to be like. The roof of this class, to be honest. I just haven't got a clue. I do notice that the window wipers here seem really, really fiddly. And it looks like one little bit of plastic may have even come off there. I shall look in... Nope, it's not in the packaging, and I don't see it anywhere else. So I'm really not too sure where that little bit of plastic has gone. It does look like something's come off somewhere though. What's it like on the other side? Sorry, the other end. As soon as the camera focuses, there we go. They seem to be intact there. They're both present, although one is looking a little bit sorry for itself and about to snap off, so I'm not going to touch that again. They're not bad. They're really not bad. I think they're a smart train. I really do think they're a very smart train. I like them. I like them a lot. I have no idea how she's going to run. She's quite old, so we're going to have to go gentle. But let's go find out. Okay, thank you for joining me over at Layout. Just having a look at the bottom of the unit here, and I noticed that the powered bogie does use traction tyres. They're going to be quite old. There's a chance they might break, and sadly the traction tyres of old do have a habit of perishing and falling apart whilst running around a layout. But Liam does say she's going to run okay, or at least she should do, so fingers crossed everything will be fine. We'll put it onto the outer loop today because that's just the nicest. It's 4th radius, it's really, really gentle. And I know it's not terribly realistic to have a train on that loop go in that direction, but you'll have to bear with me because I like doing it, so there. And then I get the second unit coupled on as well. That's really quite rather nice. I do have the really nice high quality Gauge Master Combi controller linked up to this loop, so we should get some very, very smooth DC running. Just noticed a random hair on the... Oh no, it's not a hair, I think it's from the vacuum cleaner. Okay, right, let's give it some juice. Ooh. Wow, that was really gentle, wasn't it? Very impressive for DC, even if a little bit grindy. So let's flip direction and see what happens with that in that way. Oh, hey, look at that red light. Hey, Liam was right. That's really quite nice, you know. Considering its age, I am very impressed. I honestly thought that we'd have to interrupt the review and she'd have to go off to Crew Works to have a whole service carried out. But I think she's going to be okay. Although I will take her to Crew Works for a service anyway. Just as a courtesy to Liam to say thank you. So, let's pick a direction, that would help. And let's see those headlights. Nope. Try again. Oh. Oh no, she doesn't. Oh, no, yeah. Oh. Interesting. In this particular direction, she doesn't want to go. I'm not going to force her, just in case there's something wrong. No, that's not right. That's not right at all. But if we send her in the other direction, she really is okay. No, she's not. No, she's... Oh, yeah. Well, what can I say? Clearly she's not quite right. To Crew Works, we must go. Okay folks, welcome to the final part of this review then. This is the Class 466 as you know, and it's actually several days later. This model has just returned from Crew Works, where it's had some extensive work done on the bogies and the underframe. It wasn't running very well, as you saw. Basically what was happening was that the traction was just non-existent. There are some fundamental flaws in the design of this particular model. Despite how nice it is, and do you remember me commenting on the weight of it? That's actually one of its problems. This entire underframe part here is metal, and that really adds a lot of weight to the model. And it's the same with the other unit. Again, an entirely metal underframe. That adds a lot of weight, but the problem with that is this entire train, this entire two-car train, is being driven by just one bogie. It's not actually this bogie, I think it might be that bogie. But out of that bogie, only 2 wheels are actually driving the train. Or at least were actually driving the train. And on those 2 wheels, one of the traction tyres had perished. So this entire train was being driven by one wheel. And the other wheel wasn't fastened very properly. It wasn't fastened properly at all. It was just spinning freely. I don't know whether the axle was loose or whether the wheel was just coming off with age or something, or whether it suffered some damage. I don't know. So that was glued back into place, and that axle now rotates properly, and so both wheels on that axle are rotating properly as they should. But we're still missing traction, to be honest. It's not a very good design for a model of this size. And for how heavy it is, it should have more traction than this. So it's definitely due for an update. But hopefully we have done enough to it now to get it actually working okay. So let's find out. See, that's already much better. If I just move the camcorder way back so that you can see right down the line, just ignore that classaweight over there, he's just playing with some trucks. Here we go. Nope, wrong way. Yep, much better, and yes, it actually goes all the way around the bend. It didn't do that before, did it? Oh, it's not as happy going in this direction though. And that is something that was discovered in the testing on the rolling road. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make it push its train around. So I'm going to take this back unit off, take that one off. Oh yes, that's definitely the one with the bogie, the motorised bogie. So we're going to put this unit at the front, and then the motor unit is going to push the train around the layout. It's a little bit unorthodox, but I'm sure it won't be too much of a problem. Let's just give it a bit of a... yeah. Okay, so that's the direction it doesn't really want to go in, and this is the direction it does want to go in. So as you can see folks, when you make a few modifications to this model and get it running in a direction that it's happy with, it's actually pretty good. Okay, here it comes. I'm going to give it a little bit more speed actually. I think it can handle it. Okay, so let's just slow it down, nice and gently. That's it. And whilst that train was running in and getting all nice and warmed up and stuff, I did swap the Class 08s over and get those mega boxes hauled out of the way. Well, what do I think? It's genuinely not a bad model. It's genuinely not too bad. It's well overdue for an update. It definitely needs updating. It's just not got enough traction, sadly. It really suffers from that, especially when things start to go wrong, such as the traction tyres perishing. Better hurry up because another Class 08 is coming around. I would definitely recommend it if you can see one for a bargain price and you know you're happy that it's not, you don't mind that it's not going to be perfect. Definitely, it's genuinely not a bad train. For 2004, its detail's really good, and I would recommend it if you can find it at a bargain price somewhere. But don't pay over the odds for it. It's probably only a matter of time until Hornby do decide to update it with new tooling and a better motor. But I am very, very thankful to Liam for sending it in, and I can't wait to get the video up online and get it sent back to him. So thank you for that. Which stands for electric multiple. I'll start again. Electrical multiple unit. Yes.